It's a beautiful evening here in Africa, and we're so excited. If you look through the charts, there are so many expectations for this evening. We've been looking forward to this call. And one of the reasons for having this call is that in this year 2024 in Africa, we're looking forward to growth and to creating a momentum. We talked about creating the word of the mouth epidemic, and we want everyone everywhere to know about PartnerCo and our amazing products. How best to start our success series, birthed with the amazing #1 worldwide power rankers. It's exciting. Show me some reactions, community. Let's see some reactions. Are you as excited as I am? My name is Blessing Edet Subano, Head of Business Development in Africa, and I'm so excited for this call. My expectations are a whole lot. And I have on the call with me Neo Ntunya, my colleague in Business Development. We're excited to get on this call. All right, to kickstart, I'd like to do a little introduction, but I think that Gregg and Dr. Lenika Scott will be best to do their introductions, but I'd like to say a little thing I know about them. Now, this amazing couple got into our company sometime last year, and I don't know how they've done it, but they are top worldwide, and they've accomplished so much. Not just being #1 power rankers, but they have earned the $10,000 savings bonus. They have amassed such an amazing team, because I know that they could not have achieved all of this without having a team to work with. And so today they are here with us to share with us their amazing experience. I'm sure their experience will help to motivate our market and to get us going. I've seen a lot of your expectations. I hope that they can meet and surpass that expectations. And so I introduce you to Gregg and Dr. Lenika Scott. Show some welcome, please. Show some excitement. You're welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you, Blessings. Thank you.
How y'all doing today? We are so happy and excited just to be before you just for a few moments, praying, and hopefully the information that we're going to share with you will help you get fired up.
Yeah, guys, listen, we're excited to be here. Blessings. Thank you for having us. Everyone that's up here, thank you for having us and coming up here, being with us on the day. Neil, good to see you as well. Thank you guys so much. Listen, South Africa emerging, right? This is exciting, right? Listen, so just a little bit about Lenika and I before we even kind of dive into some strategy and different things that we kind of do with our teams, guys. We are the proud parents of 6 daughters. That's right. I said 6 daughters, so y'all pray for me, okay? But it is a blessing, definitely is. And it was our 6 daughters that inspired us to really start in this industry, and you know, being able to do different things in our life, having the time, freedom to do things. But one of the things that we always say is we will leave an inheritance and not a bill. And that has been our going motto for the last 20 years, right? Even when we started saying it, didn't know how we was going to do it, but we knew we was going to do it, right? So this has been a great run for us in this industry, guys, being able to connect with a lot of different people and bless a lot of people. But at the root of it all, it's all about family for us.
Yes, it has been. And one of the things that I would share with you, and I really want you all, no matter where you are in your personal walk and journey, not only in PartnerCo, but in life. And I want you to write this question down. What do I want? Like, what do you really want? Like, really, like, what do you want out of life? What is your vision for you, yourself as an individual? What is your vision for you, even your family? What is your family vision? And so when you really begin to deeply understand what you want, you see, a lot of people really don't become successful because they really don't know what they want. I always wanted to be successful and not be in poverty. Gregg and I, back years ago, we had a desire. That was a want that we were not going to live in debt. All right. DEPT, debt. Get out of debt. But we also knew that there had to be some financial resources that will allow that. So network marketing, our industry, was the vehicle which allowed that want, that desire to manifest, to happen. But you have to know what you want first in order to get it. Have you written out what you wanted for the year? How many customers do you want? How many business partners do you want? Meaning you are personally bringing into PartnerCo. Have you written out how much money you want? It's still business. I know in South Africa, there's a whole lot of faith-based people. I'm one of them, right? But I also believe faith without works is dead. So what type now, okay, this is how many customers I want. What kind of actions now am I going to put to it to get the results, right? What kind of action are you going to take? How many people you're going to get to the presentation? How many eyeballs are going to be in front of the presentation to now have the numbers that you need to close the amount of people that you want to get. So if you have not established that, and we're already into 31, well, now, yeah, 31 days. We're into February. It's February the 1st, or even in South Africa. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we have, so y'all a little bit ahead of us than we are, right? In the United States of America. So now a whole month has gone by. If you have not identified that, like if you did not identify that last month, let's get it down on some paper today. I mean, today, right? And so I need you to really know what you want. You can also write some personal goals down for yourself, right? I've had to deal with some personal things for myself here recently. I had to say, okay, what is it that Lenika want, right? I love my husband. We've been together over 30 years. Met this fine man when I was 18 years old. But over the last few months, and something happens when a woman hits 50 years old. I turned 50. So now I'm at a different place in my life. But what does this have to do with you? I've been assessing what do I want right now as far as my body. You see what I'm saying? So now what type of changes have I made and what kind of changes am I making? But because I am in a health and wellness business, right? How can these changes connect so that I can also make some money, right? I said that because when you begin to know what you want, then you can verbally express, right, it without feeling inadequacy, with such surety and such authority. Like, I'm going after this. Yeah, I want to lose 20 more pounds. I'm going to get it, right? Yeah, I want to earn $1 million in PartnerCo this year. We're going to get it, right? Am I making sense? So what do you want? And a lot of times, entrepreneurs don't ask that question. So that's one of the first things that I wanted to put it out there. Like, what do you want?
yeah, look, she dove right into it, right?
Yeah, I think I just went on in there. I don't know. Did you have any questions for us or not?
But so we started with PartnerCo back in May of last year. And so Lenika and I, we've been in this industry for 20 years, 20 plus years. And she was in the industry first, and then I joined in after she showed me the money. All right. And that's how it works. That's basically how it works most of the time. But
yeah, so women, if your husband is tripping with you, show him the money. Let me do one more solid. I don't know if y'all use the word solid in South Africa. Pay that rent or that mortgage. Say, babe, I got this next month.
but so the 20 years we were blessed to be able to go to the top of 2 different companies. Right. And so here we are now starting in PartnerCo in May. So a lot of the strategies and things we've learned over the years, we brought them with us. Right. And so even like Lenika just shared, one of those strategies is understanding what you want. And what we wanted was leaving that inheritance and not a bill. Right. So the thing about that is that's huge. That's big. Right. And so it has to be what you want has to be big enough to where you're a little bit nervous about it. Am I going to be able to do this? Right? Because what happens is it's something that's bigger than where you are at the moment. Right. If what you want is on the same level of where you are at the moment, then it's not big enough. What you want has to be so big, right? That now I'm starting to go after it, but as I go after it, I'm growing in that process. All right. So that's the kind of the first thing is understanding what it is that you want. And it was important for us to be able to leave that inheritance for our children, not even knowing how we were going to do it, what the direction was we were going to do. We just knew we were going to do it. Because now when you define that, you're also defining vision, and it's giving you purpose. A lot of people go through life a lot trying to find what their purpose is, but your purpose has to start from a desire, and that desire comes from understanding where you want to go. What is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you want to do? Because now when you define that, now it aligns you in the direction you want to go, right? So, and where the mind goes, the body, where the mind flows, the body goes. So it actually defines and gives you direction, which gives you that purpose. So now applying that to our business over these last 20 years helped us, right? So now here we are in PartnerCo. We're starting brand new. We come in, you're learning new systems. It's different products. You're kind of trying to find where you fit in with everything, right? So over the last, what's been 9 months now, you know, we've been tremendously blessed because even on that path for the last 20 years, you develop a community. And that's kind of leads me into the second thing I wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, is community. So as you're building over in South Africa, you have to build community. Community is a term that's bigger than just team. We're building a community of people that rely on each other, that understand, yeah, South Africa and Nigeria, but Africa. But you're building a community of people that understand each other, that trust each other, that will build in character and different things like that with each other. It is a community of trust. It is a community where we are building together, and the more we can build together, the bigger we can build. So we're building this community, and in that community, we have to define what that community is all about. So for us, when Lenika and I got started here, you know, Nicole Vossler, Nicole Herzog-Vossler, which is our sponsor here in this, she came up with Global Legacy Team. And the words global speaks for itself because it's worldwide, but then legacy speaks to who we are about leaving that inheritance and not that bill. So now that speaks to us, and in turn, it speaks to the people in the community that we're building. So notice we've got the great products, we've got the great company. The company has the character integrity that we were looking for. But even in that, within the company, we're building a community with its own standards, with its own levels of trust and character, right? And I hope you guys are following me kind of where I'm going here, because what I'm trying to describe to you is how we build, right? We're building a community of people within the company. All right. So now that we're building that, everybody comes in and they see the vision of it. And now they're walking with us in that. Now it becomes easier for us to now move people, because the next thing it goes to is systems. Right. Having the systems built within that community where everybody can come in it. And if they apply the system, they're going to be able to find success. And so, but that's where you're laying a lot of groundwork, right? You're laying the groundwork to find out what's going to be the flow, what's going to be that team cadence that's going to create the success for people. And success is defined differently for everybody. For some people, success could be making an extra $200-300 a week. Right. And I'm talking in US dollar terms now. Success could be making $200-300 a week, could be making $500 a week. Some people it's $1,000 a week. Some people success is not until they're making $10, $20, $30,000 a week, right? But that definition of success is different for everybody, but the system has to be robust enough where it caters to all of that, right? So now that system, we're plugging people into that system, which is that cadence. Where do we get that cadence? That cadence is created from how income is generated through the compensation plan. So that means somebody has to have an understanding of how that compensation plan works, right? So now what is the simplicity that we can pull out of that and now create that cadence with. All right, and I know I'm giving you guys a lot of information, but I hope you kind of are able to follow kind of where I'm going with this. So over the last 9 months, we've been working closely with corporate, closely with the team in creating that cadence, which is going to create those duplicatable and recyclable steps that everybody can do. So even in that, you have to build simplicity. Because when you're dealing with a community of people or a lot of people, it has to be based in simplicity. What are those 2-3 things that if everybody does it, people will find success in it, right? So in doing that, guys, you have to be able to teach it to people where they can get it. So even on that level of simplicity, it has to be so simple that almost a child can do it. Right. So when you go to Amazon and you're shopping on Amazon and you create an Amazon cart, it's like click, 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 I'm done. So you want it to be that simple, really, when you're looking at building on a massive duplicative scale. Right. So we're kind of now in the place where we have defined the cadence and now we are teaching it to the team. So now everybody can start picking it up and moving with that. So as a team, we're on the cusp of creating some a lot of momentum, a lot of growth, and we're so excited about that because it's going to really do a lot, not only for us but for the team, but also in turn for the entire company, right? So I know I kind of went through a lot of different steps there in the last 5 minutes or so, but I hope you guys were able to follow me through that.
Right. So one thing too, as I'm looking at some of your questions. And I apologize, Nigeria. I think I said the word South Africa a couple of times. Nigeria. I love y'all. Y'all are my people. Both. We're so used to, because we have a team from South Africa, and so we're used to, and normally we meet around this time. So I'm used to saying South Africa. So I apologize for that. But I would say this because I want you all to also understand, like, why did we join PartnerCo? In our history, in our career in network marketing, we are like $40 million income earners. We had a partner with that, so it wasn't that we earned that just with ourselves, but Gregg and I are 8-figure income earners in the industry of direct sales, network marketing, multi-level marketing. Why did we join PartnerCo? Having had success in tangible success, right, and documented success, culture, the company, the values, right? When we went out to meet the new founders, Darren and John, they felt like family to us. It was one of those once in a lifetime experiences that typically maybe happen once when you connect with a person and there's like such a pureness and a spark about them. And these were true businessmen who had long-term vision. Gregg and I, we're visionaries. And what I mean by long-term vision, you could tell that they were not founders who wanted to just build something quick to make some money and then move on to the next thing. But they had the people in mind.
And they wanted to build legacy.
Right, globally, all around the world. And they talk a lot about legacy. So that was one of the reasons we joined. When we found out about the Tahitian Noni, we were like, yes, is it the same Noni that, we had heard about years ago, the same Noni that had created 150 something millionaires, a whole lot of people that have earned 6 figures, right? I don't know how much that is like in your currency. You can do the math to calculate it, but it's some nice sizable income from this industry. And they said it was the same Noni and they had the original formula. We were like, oh, we are in. And then when we began to talk to people about the Noni, and some of them were like, oh, y'all got Noni? We're in. And we had people that literally joined with us before we even launched, when they heard that we had the original Tahitian Noni. So we said, yeah, we're bringing it back. Not that it had ever gone anywhere, but the buzz of it, right? So then we knew too, as entrepreneurs, okay, we can capitalize off of that market and bring it back, but then also as visionaries, then grow that thing, right? So that was another thing. Milestones we have had since joining. I think one of the milestones, and this is, and I hope you guys really hear what I'm about to say, and Greg could expound. One of the milestones anybody will have when they are building a business, whether they have had proven success, they are veterans, or maybe when they're new, starting out, is finding that flow. Greg touched on it a little bit, right? So, as like with your team, you yourself, you got to find your flow, your own flow. So, I think that that's been one of the milestones that we've had, is like finding our flow. So, like now, it's been 9 months, almost 9 months. We're about to shift and do some new things, right? Learning how to tweak things so that you can feel like you're in a rhythm, right? And when you get in that rhythm, you feel good about it. You feel confident about it, right? So a few months ago, we said, oh, it's some things going on. We talked with corporate, and they were fixing things. And one is like the enrollment system. Some of you all may be aware of that. I'm not sure in your countries how things are, right? But that was one part of it. So finding that flow has been one of the things.
Yeah, so we're excited about where we are and what's getting ready to happen, and because you go through your different cycles as you're growing, and we're kind of still in that cycle of breaking the ground, but we're on the tail end of it because we're really settling down into a good flow, a good cadence, right? So we're excited about that. That's one of the main milestones for me, which kind of feeds into my excitement right now about what's getting ready to happen. Is we finally kind of went through and we're finding that cadence. So now how can we move a lot of people easily so that they can become successful, right? So we're excited about that as we're going forward.
And I know, well, you about to say
No,
something?
go ahead.
I know one of your questions was, like, what is our favorite products? The noni juice, right? The original Tahitian noni.
The noni and the drops.
Yeah, we drink, y'all. We drink this every day. You know, I wish I had the bottle in front of you because I know you all are familiar with the bottles, but we drink it every day, a few times a day. And this product is so good. It helps with inflammation. It helps boost your energy. It is powerful, packed with antioxidants and iridoids and antioxidants. They help to protect your cells. Sickness and disease start in the gut, right? But also the immune system. And when our cells become weakened, so they help with those cells. They feed our cells. It's also brain food. So you're going to feel brighter when you're drinking it. And we actually drink a lot. You know, some people just drink a couple of ounces a day. We drink sometimes 6 to 8 ounces of the original Tahitian noni juice every single day. And I'm going to tell you something, especially for those ladies. A lot of times we suffer with indigestive issues, gut problems, tummy problems, not going to the bathroom, acid reflux. If you are, or you know someone that is struggling in their area, make sure they get on the noni and make sure they take a lot of it. And if they have a chronic, like autoimmune or chronic illness, they need to even be on more noni. We've also found that when you put noni together and you mix it with water, it also gets in the cells even quicker, right? So you can feel it. No, for those of you who are taking any products or supplements, what we found out too, they said they looked at this as they were testing it under the microscope, and they could see when you use the noni, your cells begin to like open up. Sometimes our cells are harder and rigid depending upon how damaged they are, you know, and that has a lot to do with the toxins, things that we've gone through in our health. But when those cells open up, it allows the nutrients to get in. So if you are not taking the noni with other products, do that, because it would even have a greater impact on the other products that you are also consuming.
It enhances those benefits, guys. So look, we've got a couple more minutes. Do we have any questions?
Yeah.
Yes. It's been 20 to 25 minutes of value. I know you're all soaking this in, but you can take this few minutes to ask questions. There are available to answer questions for the next couple of minutes. This has been an amazing call. My jotter is full. I would need to go through it to be able to look at all of the points that I've jotted down. Now I can imagine the questions that you all have. Our partner council member, Nick Pappas, has a question.
Good evening, good morning. Welcome to the call on behalf of all of us on the ground here in South Africa, in Nigeria, Africa. We greet you, brothers and sisters. And I just want to send a message to the Africans on the call here. To what have you noticed? And I'm going to say what I've noticed and what has stayed with me is the posture and that energy. You know, if that flows over into the brand partner or the customer, it will change your business straight away. So that's what I've picked up here. Amazing. It's made me excited again. But it's the number one thing, that posture, that confidence, that energy, that positiveness. That's what we need to go out there. And you mentioned finding our flow. Very important to find our flow. You know, we are a unique bunch on the African continent. Okay, we've got a big continent that can fit every single continent in the world on this continent. So we have an opportunity. Africa is our oyster, and I'm very excited. Thank you very much for your time here tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you so much, Nick. I like what Nick said. It just reminded me something I saw in Gregg's post. It says your energy announces you before you speak. So that energy, I saw that in one of your posts. Your energy, the energy that they bring in just announces them before they speak. It's amazing. We're tapping all from there. Another partner council member, Yolandi, was asking, what are your systems? What systems do you use? You mentioned systems.
Mm-hmm. Well, so for us, from a marketing stand, and so Lenika and I, we're a team. What she's good at, I'm not. What I'm good at, she's not, right? But together, we really do this thing. So I'm more structured, where Lenika is more the one that just takes off and go. And she's the marketer of this team. But from a system standpoint, we do a lot of social media marketing. Of course, you know, internet marketing. We have lead capture systems and different things like that we use, Kajabi or some things like that. But for the most part, and Nick hit the nail on the head. It is about your energy, your presence. Mm-hmm. People are attracted to that positive energy. So whatever circle you're in, whether it is on social media, live events, or whatever, you always have to bring positive energy. And one rule that I always use is anyone that comes within arm's length of you, always allow them to leave away from you smiling. Never let somebody come in your presence and leave with a frown.
Mm-hmm. But I would say this, I'm looking at our time, but gosh, it's when we first joined, one of the things that we did as a team and as a simple, and I know that it sounds so basic, and I know you're like, okay, is that it? But we had daily presentations 2 times a day where we would invite and encourage our team members to invite to those presentations 2 times a day. So one of the things about a system is it is just about the ability to do something on a consistent basis until it get traction and grow. So that's one of the systems that we had with the team. And then Gregg and I wasn't doing this all by ourselves, but we had our leaders, and Monday through Friday, each day we did 2 presentations a day. And so what happened is people were able to invite to those presentations to get into the business if they wanted to, or also to get on the product. So that's just a quick, like when you're thinking about a system, we do have some personal systems, and it'll take a little bit more time to go through where, you know, there's some automation and some things which we would use. But I will say this too, as a mom, you know, who started this with my baby on my lap. Our daughter is now 16. I started in the industry very seriously. I showed up every day. So that is even a system. Like We got another team. I see my brother Anthony Moreland that's on one of their systems now. There's some more stuff to go with their systems. They make sure that they're posting, I think it's 9 and 3. So if you decide to say, okay, I'm gonna post 9, 12, and 3, and 9 again at night, that's a system. But what are you posting, right? Something that's gonna attract people, results, testimonies, weight loss, pounds lost, whatever, you know. So when you're looking at systems, it is about something that is repetitive every day. Reels every day, 1 a day, stories 3 a day. That could be a system. Live 3 times a week where you're going live, adding value. That can be a system. In systems, I want you all to also think about a system doesn't have to always be something where it is a lead capture page or automation,
right?
Because that's not duplicatable for most people, okay? In the industry. So
Yeah.
I just hope that helps.
And I see somebody posted boards up here. Boards is an excellent system when you're building a team.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I wanted to tell you guys, even when it comes down to systems, like right now, there are how many people on this right now? How many people is up here? But what I'm gonna say is it's enough
About
people.
50, 52.
Okay, 50 people. Let's just say 50 people. It's enough people up here to create a movement. Movements are created when everybody's moving in unison. So even when you're building a team on a massive scale and you're looking at a means for marketing like social media, people move in unison and it makes it look bigger than what it may actually be. And one of the psychological things about people is we want to do what we see everybody else doing, but we will never do what we don't see anybody doing. That is a philosophy or something that I tell everybody. When you see, it's like the mob mentality. If I see a lot of people over here, they're having fun, they love what they're doing, it's going to pique my curiosity. I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to be attracted to that. So even in that, that's part of the system, is creating that movement with masses of amount of people.
I'm trying to get the leaders, one of the leaders to do it 12:30.
All right, so any other questions?
Any other questions, team?
So he's gonna do it. We good. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, so we had a one of those presentations that we do was at 12:30, but we just got somebody else to do it.
Yeah, one of our leaders. See, and so here's
12:30 our time.
So listen, so that's a system. Having leaders that you can depend on. I'm like, okay, I'm over here sweating and it's turning. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the time. We told people 12:30. You know, so not a lot of people getting on, but we want to make sure that when we do things, it's in integrity. People may be waiting to get their customer closed out. So we have a call now every day. It is a very brief call, about 10 minutes, but we're talking about the Tahisha Noni and who want to buy some. That's different from a presentation call, which that's also a system. Does that make sense?
Amazing, amazing team. We
So
talked
y'all
about.
Y'all got us for 30 more minutes if y'all need us.
Okay. Okay, so we have more minutes to ask questions. Before the Scots get off the call, please share your questions in the chat box. I saw a question from Michelle. Michelle said, how do you maintain team discipline?
How do you maintain discipline?
How do we maintain discipline?
With the team?
Within the team.
Okay. So I thought you meant, first of all, I was thinking you said team discipline, but then I'm thinking discipline yourself too. So self-discipline is, I want to feed these kids, right? Like we got a lot of mouths to feed, so I got to go to work, right? So I got to send some nonies so the baby can get a pair of shoes, right? The kids can get lunch money. But y'all, I'm just kidding, but I am serious, right? So team discipline. Here's the thing I would love to share. You cannot force anyone to do anything, okay? Where's that statement? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. My sister-in-law will say this, but you can create a thirst. Go where it is hot. I want you all to think about where's fire at with your team right now. It could be one person that's sparking the fire. Nurture that person, show up for that person, share that person, post about that person, congratulate that person. What happens many times is the other team members will say, well, gosh, they'll get to moving. Now, if you are in a space where maybe it's dry, and it happens, you know, volume goes back, that happens. Y'all know volume ain't the same as it is all the time. Some weeks is a little lower than other weeks. It still start with you. What are you creating? Okay. It starts with you. And so it starts with also your personal ability to lead yourself. And it starts with you being motivated, right? And then and what happens is it's typically will start to kind of weigh on that other person. So then as you're motivated yourself, discipline yourself, bring in now the next person that you also see on the team that's also, you know, have the same synergy. Then you guys get together and start to connect more, but you show that. And it may not even be 2, it could be 10 people. I don't know how large your organizations are, but it does start with you. But you also have to remember, as a leader, you can't force people to do it. But what you can do is you can create such a desire for others. When they see you, they want it, and they don't stop. So right now with our team, for those of you who've been following us, I want you to go with me for a little bit. So we came in, we were #1 all the way up until a couple of days ago, right? World, North American, region, and state. We dropped our power ranking. That's fine, right? Worldwide, we were worldwide #1 for what, not 8 months? So like eight months, right? Well, since we joined, okay? So a couple of months ago, we started noticing that flow needed to shift. We start as leaders, okay? What do we got to do to kind of bring this thing back? What do we got to do to create momentum, create energy? Now, who's still here? Who's excited? Who's showing up on the Zooms? Who's showing up, right? Who's still posting? Now we're going to that person. Now, this is how we roll. We're going to do a 90-day run. This is the time. This is the detail. These are the details. This is how we're going to execute that thing and roll it out, right? So we've just started like another one today. Y'all may see some new marketing stuff, new stuff coming out, but that's what you do. So you got to create it. And here's the thing, the people on your team, in your organization that are creative, let them be creative, come together, do a huddle, and then start to share the results. Start to share what's working. Start to share the income. You gotta share the income, and you cannot be ashamed about what it is that the income is. If it was just one bottle of Tahitian on his soul and someone made an extra however much profit that is in your country, then share it. So, and that is another thing to get it. So whatever activity that needs to be done, which we all know what it is, it's sales and recruits, right? And building leaders, right? Retail, recruit, residual. Write that down. Retail, recruit, residuals. Sales, recruits, and building leaders. Okay, that's network marketing. But you reward the behaviors of those that are selling. You reward the behaviors of those that are recruited, and have them to share their wins. Like, even if it's a small win, that's another thing that we talk about all the time, like small wins. I hope that helped.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I would add to what Lenika just said about creating the discipline in the team is it's all about creating the culture in the community, right? So even in creating discipline, it starts with the leadership, because what the leaders do in little, the team will do in excess, right? So I have to show myself with great character. I have to show myself where people can trust me. And in building trust, you have to be consistent, right? And that's one of the things people miss, is because of my lack of consistency, people can't trust me, right? But if I'm showing up consistent, and a lot of people find consistency boring. It is what it is, but it's in the boring that the building happens. My consistency is showing up. If they expect me here at this time, that's where I am, right? Because that's based on the system that we've created. But when they see that, they begin to trust that. And when they begin to trust that, now they begin to follow that. All right. So I hope I'm making sense in that. Mm-hmm. So it's building that trust and consistency by showing up in character and trust. That's the glue that holds this whole thing together.
And then being consistent about, like, when the gentleman said, and I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Nick. Nick said energy, like, we didn't know. We over here working, y'all. Y'all see, I'm looking at the phone. We're dealing with leaders and stuff. That's just how we are. Family stuff happening, right? But you have to also lead by example. When he said the word energy, like, when we show up, we're like, yay, you know, we're excited, and it does help for other people to see an excited, involved leader. One of the things that we just told our team, you all, and I want every one of you to get this mentality. I want you all to don't think about what's not working on your team. Not that you don't look at that. In business, you do need to look at that and tweak it, but I don't want you to be so inundated with that, right? Mm. Greg just said, you're not going to outwork me. I'm not talking about y'all, but our team. He said, you're not going to outwork me, right? Anybody that will outwork me, I'm going to bow to you, right? I'm going to do something. And then I told the people, like, and you're not going to out-recruit me. I'm going to recruit more people than you. So now what happens? They see us working. They like, okay, my leader's recruiting. Let me get somebody up in this business, right? My leader's working. Let me start to work my business. So even for that will also help. I promise you, it would go such a long way. Some of you, I feel like you've been dragging people. You've been trying to just drag people and pull people, and it's weighing you down. You're fatigued. You're tired. Don't get in management mode. Okay, that's another way to also have stagnancy in your business. And what that means for those of you who maybe are new or here management mode in this industry, like, it is the death of your business. It is when you just start, like, say for instance, you got 10 people on your team, and then it's just always those people that you just working with and trying to do stuff and having me. It's just those 10. It's just those 10. It's just those 10. So create some new movement and create some new production yourself. And that's for everybody that's up here. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amazing call. The lead by example. You know, if you want to see that discipline in your team, start with yourself. Start with yourself. What you want your team members to do it yourself. They will follow through once they see you as a leader, leading them by example. Amazing. Thank you so much. This call is such a blessing at this time. We have so much, and I can see from the chat all of the energy, and from all of the messages I'm getting, everyone is so excited. This has really helped us. And but this is not all, just being on this call. We have to run with all of the information that we've got. Only when we duplicate, you know, in our day-to-day actions, in our dialogue and conversations, there is PartnerCo in it, then we can be able to duplicate and see the kind of growth that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to do the work. Do the work.
Thank you so much for coming on the call. Thank you, Africa. Incredible call. Thank you, Gregg and Dr. Lenika Scott, for making it incredible. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you on one of this call. We will reach out to you. Thank you.
Yeah, God bless you.
Thank you guys so much for having us, and you guys be blessed. We'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you. All right, team, you can unmute and say your goodbyes as we come to the end of the call. Thank you to all of our leaders, our partner council members, our international leaders on the call. Thank you for getting on this call. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Gregg and Lenika. Thank you all.
Appreciate you so much.
God bless. Bye.
Thank you guys.
So much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.